Audio check, check, check. Audio check, check, check. Evening, guys. Welcome to another HOR Season 12. We are at the Saudi Arabian Grand Prix for a sprint of 9 laps, then a 50% feature race of 25. I think we're roughly on time anyway. Now I know that that's fine, there won't be an echo. I will go through the points table as we go. Evening, Mikey. Oh yeah, there's actually been some teams that have changed around, which I shall find now and keep you up to date. Okay, so GOFO, GMAX will replace Ruud Gillett at Ferrari. I think that was done last week. Rob, who's driven very well this season in OTL, has moved up to HOR now, and he will take Steve-O's place. And Adams wrote something which doesn't need to be said. So yeah, couple of changes there. Rob's joined, and we've got some reserves again tonight. Mikey's one of them. Mick's here. It's nice to see him racing again, and Jensen will be here. So it's going to be quite interesting up front. Zero, I would think, would be there. So will Smalley, David Enshu at the moment, Mr. Rage, and Chris. They'll be probably fighting Jensen. Keke's here as well. Med TC I'd missed, and Macho. So yeah, pretty much there's a lot of fast people here actually. There might be a bit of a gap tonight, but these guys from OTL have done quite well this evening. So this season. Evening, Rob. Good luck tonight on your technically debut. I know you've got a podium in HOR, so it'd be good to see if you can get another one here. You did very well on Monday anyway, in the sprint. Yeah, we'll just go through standings then, while we wait for the lobby just to fill up a bit more and them to ready up. Yes, so even though Smalley retired last week, and so did Zero, so it's helped a few people move up the leaderboard. Med TC, who won last week, he's first on 106, 10 points behind is Keke with 96. Jay Tech surprise there, but he got 9th, so he's still in that top 10 gap. He's third on 81. He's got a nice gap of 8 points below him to Smalley. Jensen's on 73 as well as Smalley. So is Zero. There's 3 cars all on the same points. Rudy, who is on 64 in 7th. David Enshu is also on 64 in 8th. Mr. Rage is in 9th on 54. Flex, I believe, isn't here, but he's in the table at the moment on 52 in 10th. Steve-O as well, 48. He's in 11th. Adams doing well. He's 12th on 46. Pelly's on 44. Clarkey is 14th on 40. Macho is 15th on 38. Rob is on 34 points. He's only had 2 races. Like I said, he got a podium last week, and I gave him driver of the day as well. There's another car, so he's on 34. Nick's on 33. Chris is on 25. He's due a good race anyway. Hopefully he does well here tonight. Tom's on 19th on 24. Chris Epps is 20th on 23. So yeah. We are going there. I think we got 15, maybe 16 in the end. We will, we'll see anyway. Hopefully it's at night. It's always better around here at night time, I think. Yeah, it is. That's good. We'll get all this up for you, and then I'll send that around quickly and be back in a second. One sec, guys. Right, I'm back, guys. I'll just give an audio check on the car. But it seems Adam's come out. Oh no, Adam was out first, so he's been overtaken, I think, by Massaman there. Coming out very early to do their laps. Coming out. Check on audio. Yeah, that seems alright. We'll keep with that anyway. Obviously, there's no rain. It'll be interesting with a bit, but a very speedy track with some very tight bends. We'll try and keep up with who's in order as well as they cross the line. That's fine. We'll stay on with Massaman though, see how he gets on. Running no traction this season, I think, and he's got good pace. I think he just has a few incidences of spins and it knocks the confidence a little bit. First couple of corners look pretty decent though from him. Oh, he's clipped the wall there. It's not invalidated his lap. He's slightly got away with it, but that may have slowed him down quite a bit. Hard section that to keep within the lines as well, so he's done okay there. Picked one to 33.2. Hairpin's not great for him and he's going around and lost a wing, so Adam was on, but I think Adam's going around as well, in fact, so next two of them. Was that Mick in front of him? No, I think it was Rage. Rage will be the first one then to post the lap. Found a lot of pace as well. Sector 2 of a 101 there. I'll try and keep up with comments as they come in as well. Evening Chris, evening Michael, evening Rob. Hope everyone is doing well anyway, and good luck tonight if you're watching and listening. So Mr. Rage comes to line. He will do a 1:29.3. That's probably a decent lap there from him. Chris is in the 101s as well through sector 2, so we'll stay on with him. He's roughly on that same time length as Mr. Rage. One of the Red Bulls there. Macho's done a 1:28.3, so that's a second faster. And a 1:28.9 from Smalley and a 1:31.7 from Mick. Chris comes to the line though, this will be under 1:30. It's a 1:28.6, so he's gone second. That's a good lap from Chris. He's only 3/10 off of Macho there. Rob's done a 1:29.9. That's a good lap from him because he's only 3/10 off Zero, who's done a 1:29.6 as well. David Enshu slipped in there in fourth at the moment with a 1:29.1. Med TC's a 1:45, Jason's done a 2:07 and Adam's done a 2:18. We'll go on with Keke as they finish their lap. I think maybe Jensen had a crash with similar to Adam. Keke's going to box, so that lap was slightly off anyway. Pelly's on an invalidated lap. We'll see how Mikey's getting on. Second sector's probably looking for around a 1:01. or even a low 102. Evening, Stephen. Hope you are well, buddy. Nice to see you're here. Hope everything is well. Mikey's got 102.2, so that's not too bad actually. He's probably about half a second off this front pack, so it'll probably be in a 129, but we'll see if he can get in front of Rob and closer to Zero or Mr. Rage here. Mid 129. Peggy, your dog Peggy. It's a cute fluffy thing, but they do bark a lot. Bless him. Bless her even. A 130.9, so Mikey lost a little bit of time in that last sector, but 130.0, sorry, he's gone 9th. I think he's just getting out a couple of people's way. Mick's not on a lap. In fact, Mikey's going round. We'll try and find someone else who's on a lap. NetTC's gone into second there as well. He's done a... Yeah, he's 100th off Machos this time. He's done a 128.3. That's a great lap from him. Mikey had just done a lap. Adam, I'm not sure if he's going for another lap. Pelly's the only other person. I don't think he is. He's actually 3/10 up. He needs to find at least 3 seconds. He's gone quite wide there. We'll flick on with Pelly though, just to see how he's getting on near the end of the 103.4. So he's a long way off of these front guys at the moment. I mean, Mikey finished 9th and he's a second off him at the moment as well. Chubby Slug's just started a lap. Pelly's just clipped the wall, so he's probably going to box. There he is. Where was Adam? I don't know if he's found any more ground. He needs a couple of seconds, really. If he can. He was horrible. Trying to pass him around here the other day was not very nice. I think I had double the wings he did and it just did not work for me. He's done a 131.7, so it's not too far. He's pretty much done the same time as Mick there, who's in 10th. Chubby's on the 102.1, so he's around Mikey's time in 9th at the moment, but I feel Mikey lost a little bit of time in this last sector, so see if Matt Lang can get himself inside that top 8. It's 129.6 he has. In fact, he's gone in front of Zero slightly by 300, so he's pushed himself up to 7th there. The other McLaren's Macho. He's gonna be posting another time. We'll go on with him at the moment. He's got the fastest time. He's had some good qualifying results this season as well. Spanish Mick is here, you know. He's not done too bad. He's in 11th at the moment. I think he could probably jump up another place, get inside that top 10. Macho's line through there is something else, really. I mean, it's hard enough keeping it within those lines, but second lap out, the way he's done it, he's a 10th and a half up as well, so it looks a great lap so far from him. I mean, the amount of speed some of these guys throw through these corners is... He's still up by a 10th and a half, so he didn't find too much through second sector. He's had a little wobble there that might have lost him a bit of time, but he wouldn't have lost, I would have thought, a 10th and a half. He's just flicked the wall there as well, so he will be up on his time, but it won't be as high as I thought it would have. 129.4, 128.2, so he's only increased that by a 10th, so he lost out a bit on the end there. NetTC's on an out lap. Chris has gone up to third, 128.6. It's a good lap from him. He must have found a good 8/10 there. Jensen's just posted a 1:28.0, 2/10 up off Macho. Smalley's on an invalidated lap. We'll try and find someone else who's on a faster lap. Zero's not on one. Was Rob on one? Rob's gone up to 6, a 1:29.0. That's a great lap from him. Just snuck in front of David Enchu, who's just started his lap, so I think we'll stick on with him to see if he can push back past. Rob did enjoy this track though on Monday. David Enchu just invalidated his lap there. We'll go on with Mick. I know Stephen will be happy to get some footage of Mick now and again. Probably won't see him much in the race, but he might be battling. He might have a battle somewhere. Could flick on a softer start and go to hards. He's a very interesting character. He will improve on his time. He's probably taken a good 7/10 off here at least. Yeah, he's taken 8.5 off. It's pushed him in front of Adam, so I think those two he'll be happy to be in front of Adam, I know. Keke stopped on the track to let people pass. Pelly's coming to the end of his lap. Post his first time. I think it's going to be on a 1:29s here, maybe a, yeah, 1:29.2. So he's pushed himself up into 8th at the moment. Smalley's going through sector 2. I wonder if anyone's coming near the end of their laps. Chris is just boxed. Med TC's into look. No, he's on an invalidated lap. We'll stay on with Smalley. See if he can find any time. Chris jumped in front of him, I know that, and Jensen found a good lot of time, but then his first lap was a bit off. Smalley's up by 5.5 seconds, so we will try and find someone else. I think it was Keke's gone in the pit again, so we'll go on with Mr. Rage, see how he's getting. In fact, he's just finished his lap, so possibly on another one. We'll stick with him. They come up with a time, but it could have been his out lap. He's up by 4/10, so he was going to be in a 1:28 here as well. He could potentially put himself up to 5th if he can keep this speed or find any more. He'll be pushing up past Chris if he can. Slightly tapped the wall. I don't know if he'll lose much time off that. It felt more like a scrape than anything else. Sector 2 looked nice. I missed his time actually through there. I think that's Med TC behind as well. I don't know if he's also on a lap, but we'll flick to him straight after to see how he's getting on. Rage is going to finish his lap anyway. It's going to be on 1:28, 1:28.6. He's gone 5th. Just misses out on Chris by 100th. I think Med TC was boxing. It's a great lap there for Mr. Rage. He puts himself up to 5th at the moment with only 4 minutes left. I think he will have enough time possibly to go around and come back out if he needs to. Zero's down in 11th at the moment. He'll want to improve on that. Probably find at least 6/10. That only pushes him just up to Rob, so he'll want to find if he wants to be up in that top 5, he needs to find about a second here. In fact, he's down by a second. He's up, sorry, by a second, so he's not going to improve his time. Mikey, we'll stick with Adam. He's got to improve his time again. He'll want to find at least 8/10 here. He'll go in front of Mikey. Try and push himself up into that top 10. It takes it, you can hear the difference. He's hit the wall. You can hear the difference in the engine actually, the way those guys and people like Adam take that corner. They stay in a different rig. Is Adam in AI? Not that I believe. I mean, he did just flick a wall, so I doubt it. Usually it goes during AI, but It's not ghosted there. Chris Stepps is still in the pit. Oh, in fact, I think he's possibly joined late. He's still in the pit, so Keke back on an outlap. Needs to find a time here. Chris is just started a lap, so we'll sit on with Chris at the moment. Chubby is behind him, so Chris is up by 3/10 already. It's a great first sector from him there, actually, to be up by 3/10. To find 3/10 there is pretty good. Very nice through the S chicane there as well. Chris's second sector anyway, he's 2.5 tenths up, so he's lost a little bit of time going through there. He did look pretty decent though, so hopefully he can keep, or at least find another half tenth here, and that'll push him up in front of Med. We'll flick on to Matman after this, see how he's getting on. He's just coming to the last sector. Chris will improve though, and he will go to a 1:28.3. So he's just pushed himself in front of Med there. That's a good lap from Chris. Chubby's facing backwards. He might, yeah, he'll be able to get round, but his tyres might not be very nice. I'll find somebody that's actually on a lap. Keke's got to be on a lap because they need to. A 101 flat through sector 2. That's pretty good pace there. All they need to do is keep it going for another. Getting a tow as well off the other Ferrari. That's great from Mikey. That's definitely going to help going down that long straight. Kipped out the wall as well, so this could be a great bit of work there from the Ferrari. See where it puts Keke though. 1:28.5. Puts him 5th at the moment. It's not too bad of a lap. Post the first lap there. Who do we have coming here? One of the McLarens is on a lap. I think that might be Jensen actually. No, he's let off. Macho's on an out lap. Chris, then it's a Red Bull. Is that Med? Med's on a lap. Up by a tenth, almost 2 tenths here. That'll put him in front of Macho. And he needs to find a couple more, and he'll be pushing Jensen for first place. Stephen, you're always so negative towards Chris. He's going to have a good race. Med TC's purple second sector there. I missed the time because... Bless Stephen. Qualifying's finished anyway. Adam and Mikey will not improve. This is Med coming to the line, just about to improve on his lap though. 1:28 flat as well. Oh, just 100th off of Jensen's time there. It's a very good lap from Med. We'll see if anyone else can get even remotely closer. The Macho's out as well. Chris went to a 1:28.3. He's going to finish. Smalley's on a 1:28.4. 2 McLarens there in 4 and 5 at the moment. Keke's not improving their lap, I know that. Mr. Rage, we'll see where he can get coming to the line now as well. He wants to find, if he can find a couple of tenths, he'll be in that top 5. It'll be a great qualifying from him if he can. 1:28.3, yeah, he has, he's gone 5th. He's slightly off Chris again for the second time, just 300. But he's put himself a good 10th in front of Smalley there. Keke's finished there with 1:28.5 and 7th. Rob went wide there, so Rob's going to be finished there. David Enshu will be 8th. Chubby's finished, and so is Pelly. So that is qualifying finished. Jensen will take pole, and he's just improved to a 1:27.9. That's a 1:27. It's a good lap from Jensen. Pelly's just going into the pit, and then I will finish with the standings for quali. Remember, we've got a sprint coming up, so it's 9 laps of pure pace, and if you're near the back, you need to make some moves quickly. Jensen will take pole then, 10th behind, Med TC in 2nd, Macho in 3rd, Chris is 4th. That's a good qualifying from him again. Mr. Rage as well in 5th, Smalley in 6th, Keke in 7th. David Enchi will be 8th. Rob's done well there. He's got into the top 10 with, he's in 9th. Zero's 10th. Pelly's 11th. Chubby Slug 12th. Christop's 13th. Mikey 14th. OTL Dixie 15th. And Mick will be starting from the back in 16th. Good luck to everyone. I think, in fact, I won't get it wrong. I'll look at the rulings to see. Points for sprint. I don't know if it's 10 places or... Yeah, it is 10. First we'll get 15, then 12, then 10, then 8 for 4th, 6 for 5th, then 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, down to 10th place. And results of that race, this 9-lap race, will then form the grid for the feature. 2 secs, guys. I'm back, guys. We're going in 30 seconds anyway. That's pretty good timing. For some reason, comments aren't coming up on my screen, so I'll have to flick on to the video as well. Flick on to the... Get rid of the audio. Stephen, you love a cup, didn't you? One light, 5 lights, there's no formation lap here. And we are off. I will see how everyone gets away first, and then I will flick on what we need to. It looks like everyone's gone through there okay. One of the, I think that was Smalley, he's gone up 2 places in front of Chris there. He must have had a little bit of a bad start. MedTC and Smalley are going side by side. Chris is just going to fall in behind. I think that's Zero going on the other side of Keke there as well. So everyone's made it through here. It looks pretty right. In fact, Pelly, something's happened to Pelly. Pelly's going round. Zero's gone to the back as well. I don't know if there was contact between those two. Mick's now just had to let off. I don't know if he's got any damage. Macho and Jensen have flown off though. They're already 1.8 seconds in the lead from Med. Position change at the moment. Macho has gone at 1 place. MedTC's lost the place. That was off the start. Smalley's done well, he's up 2. Chris only lost 1 place there. David Enchu's up 2 as well. Rage lost 2 off the start. Keke lost 1. Chubby Slug's up 3, and so is Christat. Rob lost 2, which is actually quite impressive because I would have thought it maybe would have been 3 or 4 here with the couple of guys behind him, but Adams gained 3 already. Zero's down 3. None of these are boxed. Nick's there. Mikey and Pelly here swapping positions. They're not going to box either, so they're just going to carry on as they are. Hopefully they can catch back up. Ned's got a bit of time he's got to try and find here. Macho's already used half of his ERS as well. Jensen's not doing too bad on 70. Smalley's got 80, which is pretty decent. Most people are around 65 to 80 here, so we'll stick on with this battle at the moment because, I mean, Jensen and Macho, I don't think they'll be swapping too many places here. These two McLarens are going to get very good points off the sprint. But there's a gap formed already back to Med for 2 seconds. Smalley's holding DRS. I don't think Chris might just drop off this lap off of the DRS. Mr. Rage is a very nice man. That's very nice of you, Stephen. In fact, he's forming a gap behind him to Keke as well. He's just stayed within the DRS. We'll go to the front, see if anyone can make some gains down there. I don't think these boys are going to be battling too much at the front. I know Jensen's a reserve, but these are very smart. Nacho's on a 130.8, Med's on a 130.4, so he's actually catching back up slightly. Burnt a bit of energy as well. But DRS enabled, we'll see how... Go and buy her a little toy or a bone and give it to her and say, that's from Paul for upsetting you. David Enchu might be out of DRS here as well. In fact, I think he will be at 2/10, and Mr. Rage will be seeing if he can make moves. Zero is round. Zero possibly contact, I don't know, but Adam's gone through. He's up now to 12th, just sitting behind Rob, who's still on Kristaps, so he's going to do well there. We'll flick to Macho, see if he does anything under DRS with Jensen here. Oh, hope she keeps you up all night squeaking it as well. I don't think anyone else is close enough. Mr. Rage sat behind, wait for the DRS on the next zone. We'll see if Macho takes the lead here though with DRS. Chubby Slug's got the first time penalty there, 3 seconds. Macho's just going to sit behind Jensen. Take a wider line, probably get a run, I don't know if... I mean, Med's caught up by quite a bit here. 6/10 in that last lap is what he needed. Smalley is out of DRS, he's not got DRS down this straight. In fact, Macho's just slotted in front of Jensen there. But the way Macho came out of that, I don't know if Jensen will make him a no. He's going to sit in behind him, but that's not going to help because now Med's going to have DRS, or he pretty much will have DRS. He's now down to 9/10. Smalley's going to try and get it back. Chris will be alright because Mr. Rage has passed David Enchu there, but he's got a second behind him as well. We're already halfway through this race, believe it or not. Rob's doing very well there, got past Kristaps. He's hopefully going to finish inside the top 10 here and get a point. That'll be a very good drive from him. I mean, the gaps are close. There's the yellow flag. That is that Chubby? No, Chubby's around. I don't know if he's going to have to box. Possibly not. Mick's now moved up to 13th though, up 3 places. It's a solid drive from him. Adam's up to 11th as well at the moment. He's got Zero breathing all behind him. See if Jensen's going to make a move with DRS on Macho. They've got Med right behind him now. Med's caught up, so he's in that DRS. Smalley's going to hopefully try... Oh, and someone's going around there. Is that Chris? Chris is just going around. He hasn't hit. He has not hit his front wing yet, but trying to spit. Oh, and someone else is gone. Is that Rob? Rob's going round as well. Rob's actually managed to get round in one piece, but Chris, on the other hand, I mean, he was stuck sideways. It's so unfortunate, and it's lap 5. Not lap 6, Stephen. They're going to have to do a bit now to try and get back into the points. Pelly's right behind Rob, so that's not going to help. He did so well in the sprint on Monday as well. He's just Zero's all over the back of Adam, just pushing him round sector 1 here. Smalley and Force now within DRS of the front 3, so we'll go to that battle after this. Zero he will definitely be making a move into the hairpin. Adam had softs on. We'll go to tyres actually. I didn't even think about this. Adam put softs on and Chubby's obviously boxed there and put softs on, so he'll be trying to get past this lap if he can. What a move from Adam though. I did not realise that he had softs on there. Chubby Slug's the only one with a 3-second time penalty as well. So it's a pretty clean race for all these guys. But the gaps are shrinking now for the top 4, but it will be very hard for someone like Smalley as Keke gets past David Enchu there into the last corner with DRS. It'll be very hard for someone like Smalley to even make a move on these guys because they're all within DRS, and the train will pull these along probably at the similar speed. David Enshu didn't want to make a move back on Keke. It's probably good. Yeah, Mr. Rage is up to 5th there. I missed that. He's having a solid race. Chris has got past Adam there. He's now up into the points. Zero's got past them as well. They've got a 2.5 second gap back to Chris Stats, and then there's a 7-second gap up to David Enshu, who's all over the back of Keke again. Those two are going to be battling for the rest of this race. Up front though, we'll stick with the guys up front. We haven't really seen much of these guys, but now there's a bit of a gap formed and they've all caught up. We'll see if Macho will try and, or just wait to take Jensen, or we'll see. Like I said, Med hasn't even caught up that much through there. They just keep dragging each other along. Smalley is catching up though. 6% ERS actually. Med's on 41. There's a yellow flag in sector 1. Is that Chubby? Is he round again? And he's got a 3-second corner cut penalty. Macho just snuck in behind Jensen there. He might make a move down this straight. In fact, he's close enough to do so. Jensen, these both have over 50% ERS though, so they're doing very well to keep it. Macho's got, MedTC, sorry, he's got 48%. Smalley's had to burn all of his just to keep with these guys, but he's got a nice, decent gap behind him. David Enshu's falling off the back of Keke there, so Chris is up 5 places. Chris gets past Zero into turn 1, 2 and 3 as well, and I think Pelly's just got past Rob there. Pelly's in this Alpine sandwich. He's behind Adam, and Adam is not a nice person to overtake. If any 3 of these want to think about a point here, they need to try and catch up with Zero and Chris, but... Oh, Chris just got a time penalty, so that might help some of these guys. I mean, definitely Adam, Pelly, or Rob. If they can keep with Chris and Zero, that would move them up into the points here. David Enshu might not have DRS. In fact, there's yellow flag sector 3. That is Chubby Slug, and he is out. He will be starting 16th in the feature race. Zero is now back in the DRS of Chris, who's almost caught up to Chris Steps as well, so... In fact, Chris is within a second of Chris Steps. I don't know if he would have got DRS. I don't think any one of these is going to make a move into turn 1, so we'll flick back to that quickly. Zero's pretty, he's a lot closer to Chris. Mick has been overtaken by Mikey. They're having a little battle of their own at the back here. Keke's picked up a time penalty as well. That's not going to help them. I mean, they'll lose 1 place. Chris Steps is 9.5 behind. Zero has picked up. Oh, this could help Pelly, Adam, or Rob here, because them both having 3-second time penalties. They're only 2.6 off at the moment. There's only a lap and a half to go. Well, 2 laps to go for them. Lap and a half for the others. Remember, guys, throughout the feature, if you want to know anything or see anything, just ask, and I will flick it up for you. Zero's actually being caught by Pelly here as well. He's taken a big chunk of time off of Adam as well, so it looks like Pelly's going to try and claim a point here. You see if these guys go 3 wide. Chris is caught right up to the back of Chris Steps as well. He's going to go up the inside. Zero's going to try and go up the inside as well. This is going to be a brave move from both of these if they can keep it side by side, and they have. There's contact, slight contact, and Chris Steps is rounding into a wall. Jensen's taking the lead off of Macho there. That was a bit tight going side by side through there, but it looked like it's just it looked like contact from the game. You know how the game sticks people together and then fires one off. It's just unfortunate, but I mean, Pelly's caught up now to Zero. There's a yellow flag. I think that's Keke. Keke's round. Keke is round. I don't know if there was contact there with David Enshu, but I don't think Chris is going to be able to catch up by Chris. That's 5-second time penalty. Speeding in the pit lane. I don't think Chris will be able to catch up 12 seconds. In fact, it's gone to 8 now, but Smalley has dropped off the back of these guys. Yellow flag, sector 1. That is possibly Zero. Zero's had an issue. He's gone around sector 1. It's nice that he stayed off the racing line there for them guys. He did pretty well to keep out of the way. Mikey's done well to get back up into 11th there. We'll go on to the front guys though, as we're just about to come into the last corner. Let's see if Macho can take anything out of Jensen. He's got 18% ERS. He's just burning it. Keke 3-second time penalty. I think that puts them on 6 now. It does, so that's not going to help. Jensen's going to win this. Macho's going to take it home in 2nd. Med's going to be 3rd. Jensen there with the fastest lap of 1:29.8. Smalley will be 4th. Mr. Rage has done well to come home in 5th. David Enchu will be 6th. Keke will be Keke will be 7th. It's just within. Pelly's going to stay within that 3-second time penalty of Chris, so I think Pelly's going to take 8th. Yes, he will. Chris will finish 9th. Rob's got Mikey all over the back of him coming to the line, but it's not far enough down. Rob's going to get that last point to finish in 10th. It's a good race from him in the end. Mikey 11th. Mick's done well. He got up into 12th. Zero 13th. Adam finished in 14th. And Chris who had that contact with Zero, will be bringing it back in 15th. Chubby Slug was the only one to DNF in 16th. Wasn't a bad little race though. I know there's a few gaps there at some times, but they all managed to come back to each other. Macho and Jensen pretty much controlled that race from when they got off the line. MedTC came back into it, but when you've got DRS, the train isn't massive. These guys are obviously, they know what they're doing, and they've got some great points there today. Mikey got driver of the day from the game. I think he moved up quite a few places there, actually. Yeah, ignore the points, guys. The points will come up as in the sprint format and the race, so ignore them. But Jensen, at the moment, he takes 1st for the sprint. Macho 2nd, MedTC 3rd. Smalley will be 4th, Mr. Rage 5, David Enchu 6th, Keke 7, Pelly 8th, Chris 9th, Rob's 10th, Mikey 11th, Mick will be 12th, Zero 13th, Adam 14th, Kristaps 15th, and Chubby Slug was a DNF. Points for these guys will go down to 10th. They get 1. First gets 15 and 12, so it's McLaren already have 27 points here. They could possibly get over 50. It's only been done a couple. I think it's only been done once or twice this season. Dry race, obviously, in Saudi Arabia. Hopefully they give themselves a couple of minutes so I can grab something to eat. Sorry, Stephen, I missed all your comments. I wasn't. They're not popping up on the screen, so I don't know. Matt turned off. He turned off traction control, and I think he's on a pad still, and that just does not sound fun. Over time trial, over a lap, probably yes, but racing full fuel and things like that, I wouldn't do it. Tempted to flick it back onto full at some tracks this season. We are going though, guys, in a few seconds. I think there's 25 laps. Possibly there won't be another formation lap, so I will try and Give you guys the best start. No, 1 light, 2 light, 3 lights, 4 lights, 5 lights, and we're off. And we'll see who got a better start there. It looks like Jensen got a decent start there. We will go to tyres. Macho's gone past Jensen. In fact, there's been contact. Smalley has hit the back of Jensen there and gone round. Oh, I had to change camera angle to this, didn't it? There's a load of cars going side by side as well. A few of these guys had great starts. We'll see what tyre they're on, in fact. Some of these are on the medium. MedTC started medium. Yeah, MedTC started medium. So did Pelly and Keke. Mikey is on mediums. David Enshu and Pelly going side by side into the hairpin as well. Pelly's going to have to go around the outside. Should make it stick, but he is on that warmer, on that better tyre. Rob was also on the medium, and Zero started on a soft compound. He might go soft to hard here, but he is at the back now. We'll get some of this up for you guys. Anyway, Pelly had a great start there. He's up by 4 places already. Macho jumped Jensen off the start. And he's pulled a little bit of a nice gap as well. There's a yellow flag sector 3. Is that Adam? No, it's Chubby Slug. Chubby Slug is... Something's happened to Adam anyway, because he's at the back. Chubby Slug is round... David Enshu's got back past Pelly there. And Keke was having a great run there, and... Who was that behind? Mr. Raiders had to go slightly wide there. Compromised his time slightly. I think Keke broke slightly a bit earlier than he thought he would. Smalley's got himself back where he needs to be. He's now into 8th. He just had that slight contact at the start with Jensen. Chris has just left the session. Let me try and... No, you can invite friends now. I'll send an invite to Chris. Try and get Chris back in his car anyway. We'll go to the front, guys, see if they'd make any gains here. David Enshu's up 2, sorry. Go back to that. MedTC stayed where he was. David Enshu's up 2. Pelly's up 3. Keke's up 1. Rage lost out 2. Smalley had that contact. He was up 1, but he's lost 4 there in the end. Mikey's lost 2. Chris has only lost 1 place with his Ghost, but he does have Chris Stapps all over the back of him. Rob's down 2. That's probably a decent start. Chris Stapps made 4 places up. There's a few cars there going side by side into that last corner. I think it was Rage, Pelly and Keke. Keke's going to go to the inside. He's going to fly past Pelly into turn 1. Pelly's broke a lot later. He's had to stay off track. He's compromised his position. I think Mr. Rage has got through as well, yes. And Smalley can't make a move. He's just going to tuck him behind. He is on that hard compound though. And we'll find tyres again. There they are. MedTC, they're all pretty decent on energy. MedTC's got a bit more, and so does David Enshu. But there's that gap already for these 3 front guys. Back to David Enshu, Keke, Mr. Rage, Pelly, Smalley. They're all within that second of each other for DRS here. See if Jensen's going to make any moves on the second DRS zone. MedTC is behind him on that faster tyre. He is closing the gap as well. David Enshu and Keke have swapped places again going into the chicane. MedTC might fight. Jensen's gone defensive, which means Med's had to... Med overrun his return, and he gained 2 places but then lost them. Jensen's managed to go up into first there. He does not have DRS. So Macho and Jensen are going to keep those positions. Would have been a good move. Oh, they've both gone slightly wide. Both of the McLarens are off track. And there's nothing MedTC can do. He can just sit behind and wonder why they had both decided to fly off there. Mr. Rage got past David Enshu there as well. Pelly was looking as well. Smalley's trying to hold on to these guys as well, only 7/10 back. But yeah, something funny going on there with the McLarens. Macho's now got a 3-second time penalty, only 4 laps into this race, so Rob Wills has a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings as well. Rob's very good with penalties. I'm very surprised, unless he got a weird warning for something. MedTC definitely has a bit more straight line speed than these guys on this medium tyre though. You could see it. Oh, when Macho's just flicked the wall there, you could see it from the MedTC will make a move on they're going to go and try and go side by side. Very good overtake there from Med. He's going to have DRS as well, so he's going to help him close all that gap to Jensen. Probably pull away from Macho. He looks like he's got a better run than both of them coming out that last corner though, so he might be able to make a move here on at least MedTC, who's out of ERS. Med's going to fly up the inside of Jensen there to take first, but he's shot off track as well. And there was a slight contact there. There's a yellow flag. That's... I don't know who the yellow flag was there, but it's gone, which is good. MedTC's definitely broken up these guys' party. And he'll be boxing earlier than them as well, so there's a yellow flag in sector 1. That is that Keke? Keke's around with maybe no damage. Side by side with their teammate for now as well, Mikey. Rob got through on both of them, which is pretty good. He's moved up into 8th. He's going to have to try and push past that penalty at some point as well. Macho to win. Stephen wants Macho to win. I mean, he just has to keep his cool behind these at the moment. I'm pretty sure he'll do fine. He has got that penalty though, so that's not going to help him. He's going to have to try and somehow find 3 seconds on these guys. MedTC is taking the lead off of Jensen there. He took a lot better line through there as well. Jensen probably will come back at him. He's going to have to try and go around the outside though. Last time I think he did this, he went a bit wide. That's a better move from Jensen there. Med's going to stay on the inside, is he? He's going to have to pull him behind, I think, for the corner, yes. We'll see if Smalley, because Smalley was almost past David Enshu there as well. Rob's got Pelly all over the back of him. He's going to try and get into that DRS of Keke, who I don't know if it's got damage or not. The wing looks fine, but it could be light green. Rob is catching quite quickly though. Smalley and David Enshu side by side. They're both on the hard tyre. Keke's now within DRS. Rob just needs to find a 10th there and he can stay with it as well. Med's on DRS and I don't think he's going to make a move on Jensen here. Med's going to make a move on Jensen, is he? Yeah, he's going to go wide. Oh, he's going to try and go wide into the last corner. He will get DRS again though, which will help him. Smalley got past David Enshu there as well. Keke had DRS, I don't think Rob did. Macho's now watching this from the back. As David Enshu gets back past Smalley, they're going to go side by side. Bit of wheel tapping, and that's allowed Keke to slide through on Smalley as well, but they're going to have to go side by side. Keke just fought a bit different and come out of it. That's probably a good idea. Chubby Slug's got a 3-second time penalty. I don't know if that's... No, he's only on 3. I think Pelly might have had an issue there. He's gone slightly wide and off track. Chris isn't back in his car yet, so... Pelly's just clipped the wall. There's a yellow flag in sector 2. That's someone round. I think that's David Enchu's round. David Enchu's going round. There's a yellow flag everywhere. That's just... Oh, Chubby Slug's out. He's lost it on the last corner, and he is out. While we are on this safety car, I'm going to send another invite to Chris. Try and get him back in. You are a pure sim racer, Stephen. They're coming up on the thing now. I've changed the settings. Where's Chris? See if he can try and get back in before his car does something silly and gets lapped. I don't think Adam was lapped. In fact, some of these guys on the... I did this actually. I went and boxed on lap 6 from the medium to the hard compound, and I was going to the end before I had a spin. Some of these guys might be able to pull a medium. We'll see what Jensen flicks on here. They're going to double stack at McLaren. No, I don't think that'll be too much of an issue for these guys. Kristaps just got a 5-second speeding penalty. I don't think they're going to miss out on too many. Rob somehow got himself up to... Oh no, it's because he... Chris's car stayed out, so if he can get back into the lobby, he is 4th. So all the medium guys there went onto the hard compound. David Enchu's flicked on a soft compound. That's very interesting. Unless he goes soft, he's going to have to get past the 4 cars in front of him very quickly. Chris is being overtaken from Macho, but he's not back in his car, so... That's not helped, though, because I think Macho had to let Chris's car back through, and now Smalley and Keke both got past him. That's not going to help Macho at all. He is on a fresh medium, but he's just lost out there 2 places. In fact, I think he's lost out 3 places. He had to let Chris's car back through, and you know what it's like with AI. They have to go slowly unless you stop, and Keke, Smalley and Zero both all got through on him there. So he's lost out big time there. Anyway, Mr. Rage is now up into 3rd. That was a good box from him. Because of the double stack from McLaren, he's found himself up into 3rd on a medium tyre. I wonder if these guys would probably go to the end. They probably could push it. Jensen's on a medium as well. MedTC's on the hard now. Chris's AI stayed out. Keke's on a hard. Smalley's on a medium. Zero's on hard. Macho's on medium. Rob's on the hard. So's Mikey and Kristaps. David Enchu's the only one on a soft compound. Adam probably... Adam will have to box again. So will Mick, actually. They'll catch up. In fact, Adam's still in Sector 1, so the safety car's going to be out for another 2 laps, I would think, at least. Macho's going to have to do something very special to win this now, Stephen. I mean, he would have only lost 2 places for that double stack, 1 to Rage and 1 to Chris, but it's just unfortunate. Someone else has just boxed there. Kristaps is now on a soft... Kristaps is on a soft compound. These guys might go soft then and just... Might be another safety car. Might think there might be another safety car and try and make some gains on that tyre. Pelly, I'd... Calm down, Stephen. You're not a lap old yet. Pelly isn't there either. I'm going to send Pelly an invite just in case he's... Fiasco can't join back. How many people are out here? Right, 0. 1 second, buddy. I shall invite you if I have you. I'll go to... Okay, that won't load. I've sent you an invite, buddy. Hopefully you can get back in with that invite. Who else isn't in their car? Pelly I've sent an invite to. Chris I've sent one to. Mix up into 13th, Stephen. I don't know what he's doing, but he's doing all right. Zero can't get back in the lobby, which is so unfortunate because they weren't doing too bad. They're up there in 7. I'll send another couple of invites. I don't know if this is the problem that Chris also had, because Chris can't. In fact, I can't send Zero an invite because I've already added you. It won't let me send you another one. We will be going soon anyway, I think, under the safety car, but just trying to get everyone back in who... Make sure we're not going in this lap. No, it's doing another lap, so I'll keep trying to get people back in. Chris can't get back in either. Oh, wow. Maybe there's an issue then, obviously, where even though you can now invite people in mid-session, they just can't seem to get back into it. Yeah, it's bad from the game, really. I mean, the only other way I guess you could do it would be to go to the home screen on the game, press down and try and request to join session or join session. I don't know if it allows you to do it that way. Safety car will be in this lap. Maybe restart the game, I don't know, and try and then go back on. In fact, while you do that, if you do restart your game or your PlayStations, I will send you one more invite. That's a shame, though, that we've lost 3 races, especially when Chris is up in 4th, Zero's 7th. Mick's got a 5-second time penalty for hitting the back of Adam. We'll see where Med goes anyway. Oh, Med's had a wobble coming out last corner, so that might help Jensen here get past. Chris joined on Stephen's screen. Jensen's taking the lead there. Chris is possibly back in his car here. Chris seems to be back in his car. Chris is back in his car, so one got back in here. Maybe I don't know if he tried to join off the home screen or request to join, it would have sent it to the host. There's a yellow flag, sector 1, that is Adam's round. Or Adam's had an issue. Macho's moving up on some people now as well on that medium compound. Chris is back in his car, which is half decent. Zero is not there still at the moment, and neither is Pelly. I think they're having issues. Jensen's already made a 2-second gap here on Med, so he's definitely flown off with some intent to push that gap. Mr. Rage has done very well actually to stick with those two. He's got broken that gap already almost to Smalley. With Chris being back in his car, he's not going to lose any on the AI now as well. Mr. Rage got past Med TC there into turn 1. I did miss that, and Macho and Chris swap positions there for a sec. Chris is going to have the outside here. It's going to make it very hard for Macho to pass, but Macho's got past. He's also got that time penalty, so he's going to have to try and catch up to Smalley as quickly as he can. Adam's out. Adam is DNF in the pit. Adam's had enough for the day. I don't know if he wants to join me. He's more than welcome, but there was a yeah, medium compound. I don't know if these guys will go to the end. Obviously they had 3 laps under the safety car because of people so far back, so it's definitely been able to allow them to push it to a point where they can potentially go to the end. I don't really know what else to suggest. I mean, somehow Chris has got back in anyway. The only 2 ways I know of doing it, Rob's just got past there. In fact, the only ways I know of doing it is off the main menu to request or join that way. Fiesco's in, so Zero is back in. I don't think they lost too many places. Just behind Mikey there with Rob catching up slowly. We're halfway through this race, there's a good 12 laps to go. Zero might be in their car soon, we'll just wait. See how Chris is getting back on now. He's back racing. He's a little bit by. He's dropped out of Macho's DRS, but he's been caught as well. There's yellow flags taking 1 and 2. That's Kristaps. Kristaps is around. He's going to the end on that hard tyre, so hopefully there's no damage. They can continue to the end of this race. Mick's still up there, looks Steven in 13th. He's not doing too bad. Trying to get Pelly back in as well. Zero's now back in their car. Chris has just picked up a penalty. That's definitely not AI now. He's on 6 seconds. I think Keke just got past there as well. MedTC's now possibly out of DRS. No, he's got DRS. Only just got that on Mr. Rage there. Macho's got past Smalley pretty easily as well into turn 1 as well. Mr. Rage has just picked up a 3-second time penalty though for multiple warnings. He's going to have to try and look after those mediums and push at the same time now if he's going to want to get a podium here. He's on for 1. I mean, Macho is... Ooh, wow, he's almost lost it there. Macho has a 8-second time penalty. In fact, Macho's out. We'll try and find him. I think he's in the wall there on the left. That is a safety car. There's another safety car. Macho's backwards and in a wall there. While the safety car, Pelly, I'll try and get you back in. If not, if Fiesco could let you know how they did it. Where are you, Pelly? So we will have a safety car. These medium guys probably will stay on their mediums because they can go to the end now probably. I mean, there's Jensen's in sector 3, there's a car back in sector 1. David Enshu is going to box off of his softs. So safety car is probably going to be out for at least 2 laps here. But mediums will now definitely be able to go to the end. I was unsure if anyone was going to try a soft to the end. 11 laps seems a bit much, but Chris is fired in the pit. Chris needed to box anyway, so he's going to go on to mediums for 13 laps. David Enshu's also boxed off his soft. I thought he would. He's probably going to flick on a medium, I would think. Yeah, he's going for a medium compound. Mikey's boxed as well. These guys who hadn't boxed off of their... they had boxed. Mikey's going for a soft here. We'll wait until everyone goes through the pit. Pelly's stayed out. Pelly's trying to get back in, I think. Mikey's gone braver. He's gone for a soft tyre. Zero is now back in and on a medium. So not really massive losses, but places I understand. But I mean, there'll probably be 8 laps, so 9 laps left after this. There's some gains that can definitely be made. Kristaps has gone for a soft compound as well. Interesting to see where those two boys can end up at the end of this. Stays out for 2 laps here. They've got 8 laps on them to try and push on. Stephen would have known that was coming out, wouldn't you, Steve? Mr. Rage up in second, though. I think he'll be a bit annoyed with this safety car because he has that 3-second time penalty. They'd already made a bit of a gap back to Macho was in there before he DNF, so they'd made the gap back to Smalley, which has now disappeared. Smalley being on those mediums as well, he's going to be one to watch, especially on Med and Mr. Rage on his time penalty. Chris is now on a fresh set of mediums, and so is David Enshu, and so is Zero back in 12th. But Chris and David Enshu here on fresh mediums, this could be very good for them. 9 more laps, 1 more probably under the safety car. He has to what? Drink milk and kick ass. You amaze me, Stephen. I think Kristaps is reboxed. The safety car might actually be out for another lap after this. He's flicked on a fresh soft as well. He'll probably... No, he will catch up this lap, I would think. Adam has left the session. He's out anyway. Zero's in his car. That's good. Pelly's still not in his car. Let's just send him another invite, depending on if he's turned his computer off or tried to get in the other way. It'd be a shame just to get 2 of the 3 back in here anyway. Well, lots happen. I mean, Robertson is 7th. Robertson in a pretty decent place. He is on 8-lap-old mediums with 8-lap-old hards with a time penalty, but he's only got 3 seconds. Chris in front of him has 6. Mr. Rage has 3, and Mick has 5. I'm surprised Mick didn't box to get rid of that last lap. He would have lost out to Mikey and Zero, but he could have flicked on the soft to. Could have flicked on the soft there and got rid of that 5-second time penalty. Unless it's not coming in this, it's not coming in this lap unless it calls it very late. Kristaps did not catch up in time, and safety car is in this lap, so it has called it very, very late. Jensen's now going to have to go pretty much on the line or whenever he feels like it. He's gone a bit earlier than I thought. Safety car hadn't crossed the pit line, so Mr. Rage could be in a bit of trouble here. Smalley's going to get med possibly there, but Jensen hadn't let that safety car go fully in, so he had to back out and then go again. I thought Mr. Rage would get caught there, but he didn't. It was actually Med who got caught. He is on that hard compound though. Chris has already moved up 1 place on that fresh medium. He's gone slightly wide. He almost hit the side there, but I think he'll want to try and push past Med TC as quickly as he can here. David Enshu as well will want to try and get past as quick as he can. Robertson a pretty decent gap here. Keke's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. I think that puts them on 3, so good news for these guys behind. Mikey and Mick swap places there. Mick's going to do his best to hold Zero up for a couple of laps, I think, to... I mean, Mikey's on a fresh pair of softs, so he's going to be making some big moves. MedTC's been done by Chris there as well. Chris on that fresh medium should fly through these guys, I think. Or he will do, as there's only 8 laps to go, so he's got a very, very good chance here. He's just got that vile time penalty, but finishing on track in a high position is still pretty good. Zero's got past there. I don't know if Mick's lost out in 2 places there to Kristaps and Zero. He's only got Pelly behind him. Pelly's not in his car though. Pelly couldn't get back in. David Enshu's going to go up the inside of Keke there. Pass on their 3 lap hold mediums. They want to try and close this gap to Med as well quite quickly. Chris needs to stay within that DRS of Smalley here, or he's going to be in trouble. Chris just got another time penalty, so that's definitely not going to help him now. I know he's got another 8 laps left, well 7.5 laps left, but 9 seconds is a hard task to clear. Mr. Rage is still doing alright. He's lost DRS on Jensen, but with that time penalty as well, I think he might struggle near the end of this race. Stephen would be penalty free, I know that. So everyone out of the top 4 actually have lost DRS for this next lap apart from Chris. Don't know if anyone's close enough to make a move yet. Keke's on that hard tyre. Mikey's trying to catch Rob here, but that soft compound's going to die out at some point. It's just when. Mr. Razor's the fastest lap at the moment, 1:31.0. It's a good lap from him when he didn't have DRS. He's a bit quicker than Jensen there, actually. He hasn't got any ERS, though. I mean, he's used it all trying to get away from Smalley, but he's put himself in a decent position here. Smalley's just picked up a 3-second time penalty. Saw him just go slightly wide there, so this is going to help Med TC if Med can potentially stay with Chris and Smalley can catch up with Mr. Rager. It's going to make the end of this race pretty decent for these. Even David Enshu's slightly only behind, and that's not going to help Smalley going wide, I think. Chris has gained a good 4/10 on him there. Yeah, he's having a great race, isn't he? I mean, that time penalty's not going to hurt him now either, because he's... What's he got? He's got 1 point. He's got 2.8 back to Med already. So if Med's on that hard, so if he can look after his mediums here, he'll definitely be in a good position near the end of this for at least thirds. See if Chris could spoil the party though here, because he needs to try and get past and break that time penalty, but with his teammate in front of him, he might just try and hold up Med and see if Smalley can pull away that 3-second gap, give them some points. He's going to make a move here into turn 1. In fact, he's going to fly past into turn 1. He made that move done before the corner even, so this is definitely going to help Mr. Rage towards the end of this race if these 3 keep battling. David Enshu's now lost it. He's lost DRS on Med completely, so Mikey couldn't get past Rob there on that soft, so Zero's now passed back on that medium. He's just had a slight wobble and almost lost it, but he's done very well to keep it there. No one's close enough to make any moves. Five laps left. Yeah, you were in the safety car. Oh, Smalley's going round. He's hit the front wing. He's lost complete front wing. He's got no front wing. He's going to lose a few places here, and he's going to have to box. There's a yellow car. There's a yellow flag. Safety car, possibly. Chris, 5-second time penalty for hitting the back of Mr. Rage there. He's up on 14 seconds now. Hopefully he didn't get any damage from that. Is he losing his end plate? He's losing his... Chris is missing his left end plate. So I don't know how big the contact was there on Mr. Rage, but I think this is just a VSC because I can't see the... Yeah, it is a VSC. No safety car. Pelly isn't back in his car, as he knows. So Mick's at the back at the moment. Chris has got a box. He's got a flick on that soft compound. He's got a box. He's getting rid of a 5-second time penalty as well. Oh, Mercedes have double stacked. Smalley needed a wing as well, so this is not going to be a very good day for them. And they were up there in 5th and 6th. We are go as well, by the way, guys. Chris is getting rid of his... Chris is DNF'd. Yeah, Smalley right behind him, and he's a brand new wing, so those guys are going to be right at the back of this. This may have helped Mr. Rage, it may not, because now he's... I mean, Chris is retired, yeah. MedTC's got a free run of road. He doesn't have anything in front of him now, so if he can keep within that 3-second time penalty of Mr. Rage's, he's going to jump him at the end. Yellow flag, I think that's just Chris's car. Pulled off to the left there. That's gutting for Chris, really. He did well since he came back in, and he was doing not too bad, but just hit the back of Mr. Rage. They did slow down. There must have been a time glitch on the Delta, because Jensen and Mr. Rage and the other guys around him had all stopped. David Enchu's losing time now on Med, but he's on those fresh mediums, so we'll just check the front wing here. I'm not sure if there's an issue or those... Seems to be struggling a bit on these mediums. Maybe he's got light green wing damage here. Because Keke's now back within DRS. Rob's still up there in 6th. He's having a great race with that time penalty, but he should be alright at the moment. It's just if Chris Stapps and Mikey can hold on to their softs and stick within these guys' time penalties. I think Zero only has 3 as well, so... Zero has a 5-second time penalty, so... Rob's got a good chance here to probably finish around 6th, depending on Mikey and Chris Stapps' tyres. Might even be able to... No, 3 seconds to Keke might be a bit of a gap, but guys are still in their old mediums. They're still doing all right. MedTC's caught right up to Mr. Rage here, but David Enchu's just lost a second already. Within that, what, 2 sectors, he's lost a second. So I think there's definitely an issue there. Something isn't right. Absolutely dying of time off those 2 as well. Keke might enjoy this. They're going to have to get past, and they're going to have to try and... They've only got a 3-second time penalty, so they've got potentially 2.5 laps, 3 laps now to get past and maybe make a move. Zero's going to go into the inside of Rob here into turn 1. Left room for each other. Mikey might have a run on Rob here. He had to back out of it slightly. He definitely had a better run. Mick's got past someone. That's Pelly. Hold on, Mick, you're in the top 10, mate. Keep going. Oh, MedTC's happened. Something's happened to MedTC. MedTC's 3-second time penalty. He's going to get a time penalty for that. I don't know if that might be removed due to the what happened. I don't know. They'll have to look back at that one. I'm not sure what happened there, but that has definitely helped Mr. Rage, because there is an issue. David Enchu has an issue. He's lost another second. He's lost 7/10 there to Mr. Rage on this lap. I don't know if there's possibly something wrong here, but MedTC's only lost out in 2 places there, but that time penalty shouldn't be too much of an issue. Rob needs to try and stay with Zero. I know he's burnt all his DRS. Zero's on none anyway, so he might be able to keep DRS going down here. He didn't get it this lap, and Mikey did, so I think Mikey's tyres may be gone. Kike's the only one with DRS going down this straight, I believe, anyway. Can't make a move. Rob's got DRS, that's good. He can catch up to the back still. Kristaps isn't catching these as fast as I thought he would. He's only 2.8 back though, so at the moment he will be jumping Rob and Zero as well. Nick's on an 8-second time penalty, 9 seconds back. David Enchu's found himself in a great place actually. He's in front of 4 cars all with time penalties, and only one of them's within DRS of him, so he's found himself in a really good place to take home a podium here if he can keep it steady for the last lap and a half. Kristaps has fallen out of that 3-second gap now to Rob. If he can keep DRS on Zero here for the last lap, then I think he'll have a very good chance to finish. Well, he'll finish inside top 10, but he'll only lose out 1 place. Keke might be able to make a move, only half a second back. Don't know if there will be any moves. Obviously, there's a yellow flag. That's Smalley's round. Smalley's had an issue there. Jensen, this race, I mean, he just controlled it, I reckon. I mean, the safety car definitely, the first one may be a bit of a pain, but he went to those mediums and he's done pretty well to, oh wow, almost a commentator's curse there. He almost went sideways into a wall. Cool. He only lost about 4 tenths doing that. It's not too bad. What I was saying though, he put those mediums on with 17 laps left. He's pretty much controlled it since then, and he managed his DRS to sprint. He had a great race in that as well. So he's done very well today. Mr. Rage is a great race from him. Absolutely brilliant race. He's kept within that. He's kept David Enchu out of that time penalty as well. We'll have an overtake going into the last corner. David Enchu's going to keep to the inside. Jensen's won this race anyway. Mr. Rage will come home in second. To the line, Keke will take third but lose out with their time penalty. David Enchu's then going to take third. MedTC's 5th. Yeah, MedTC finished 5th. Mikey finished 6th, but I don't think he passed Rob on track. I think it was a very good drive from Rob in the end. He finishes 7th anyway. Kristaps 8th. Zero finished 9th, but I believe a penalty or 2 might come off there. I saw he got one as he passed the line as well, so I think that needs to be looked at. Pelly wasn't there, so Mick will take 10th, which is a good result for him in the end. He'll take 10th place, and Smalley will be last when he finishes. We'll just go through it at the end. It was good for Mikey to hold on to those softs though for 11 laps in the end. Great drive, like I said, from David Enchu. I mean, he didn't have the pace today, but he kept his head down and he stuck with people, and he had a great race up in the third there. Mr. Rage second is a brilliant result for him. Flicking that medium on was a very good idea. Driver of the day from the game is Kristaps. Right, so ignore the points, guys. We'll go to the actual race results. Jensen was first, Rage was second, David Enshu third, Keke was fourth, MedTC fifth, Mikey sixth. That's a good race from him, actually, in sixth. Rob was seventh, Chris Stapps eighth, Zero ninth. Pelly wasn't there, so Mick would be 10th, and Smalley will be 11th. Chris was a DNF, so was Macho, so was Adam, and so was Mataman. Fastest lap was done by Smalley, 1:29.8. Driver of the day from the game was Chris Stapps. And on that note, I will bring in Jensen, Mr. Rage, and David Enshu. And in fact, over the weekend, they all got the top points anyway, so very good from them. Let's try and add them. David Enshu. Why are they not there? Mr. Rage. Jensen. Send free invites out anyway. We'll see if they all join, or I'm pretty sure Mr. Rage will. Yeah, he's there. All right, buddy.
Yeah.
There's Jensen. All right, Jensen.
Hello.
Good race, buddy. I'll just give David Enshu a couple of minutes, and then I'll crack on.
I'll get on.
Yeah, that's fine. I'll go to you first anyway, Jensen. Congratulations on winning. I mean, I thought when that first safety car come out, the guys on hards maybe in a bit of a tight spot with the mediums, but I guess the length of that and then the second one definitely helped you, but you pretty much controlled that race.
Yeah, but I think if the second safety car didn't come out, I might have been under threat from TC, maybe, because he got swamped in the second restart, of course. But yeah, I think the whole thing was pretty fun. So I enjoyed that, especially with Macho and Med TC in both of the races, wrapping it out full on, like, and yeah, I think we got maximum points apart from the fastest lap. Even though it doesn't really matter too much since I'm a reserve, I ain't really racing much of the season, but I mean, still a good race. Just something to be happy with. Yeah.
No, it was decent. Every time you turn up, you seem to make something happen on track, and it was the sprint, like you said, that wasn't as easy as it probably would have been, but Macho and I think Med as well, they were definitely keeping you.
Yeah, I mean, I was using like little bits of energy at a time, just trying to have enough at the final lap. So I chose to save for any last lap instead of trying to pull away. Don't know what would happen, so yeah, that happened. And of course, I think the second race, bit poor from the game. In some bits, how late the safety car came in. With like the
second one, yes.
Like cars, with the cars all caught up, and for some reason it just restricted my throttle, even though the safety car was in the pit entry. Yeah,
I got it on stream. I think it stopped you, and then I think the car behind had to slam on and almost got done off the line. But no, congratulations, Jensen. That was pretty dominant this evening.
And cheers for the comms.
That's all right,
by yourself.
Yeah, it's all right.
Enjoyed that.
Yeah, it was very good. It was a good watch as well. I always enjoy watching you guys race. It's always entertaining.
Right. Cheers. See you.
That's all right, buddy. See you later, Mr. Rage. Second place. You must be pretty happy with that. I mean, you got a time penalty, but there was a few cars around you who then had a few issues. You found yourself, I think you were third on the second safety car restart. But you did what Jensen did. You flicked on that medium compound, and it lasted you to the end. And I mean, you stayed out of the car behind you's penalty as well, which you had. So you must be pretty happy with that tonight.
Yeah, I think this is my second podium. But no, yeah, the mediums were very sketchy the last 5 laps, not going to lie. Yeah, back end just felt like it wanted to go, but no, I just made sure I kept it clean. I just stayed out of the carnage that happened. And yeah, the game needs to seriously sort itself out with safety cars and VSCs.
Yeah, I think you almost did. You get overtaken going into turn one on the restart, the second one?
I think the first one, yes. The second one is when Jensen had his issue where
you had to brake behind him.
The game slowed him down, and then I didn't realize, and because I was looking behind me, because I was aware Med TC was directly behind me, and then flicked to the front, and I just see Jensen hit the brakes. The game hit the brakes for me, so luckily that happened. But yeah, that I don't understand why that's in the game. It just ruins it.
Yeah, it's not great. I know Chris hit the back of you under the VSC as well. Was that a Delta issue?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah, I thought so.
It was.
I
had I was still over by like 3 or 4 seconds, and I had like 5 seconds to get it down, and Chris was green on his Delta. So yeah, unfortunately for Chris, it's just a game bug that ruined his race.
Yeah, it wasn't great. But no, congratulations to you for finishing second anyway. You are my driver of the day today. You pretty much kept with the pace. You were there with Med and everyone else, and you stayed within DRS. And I think they both, even Med and Macho, I think they ended up with penalties, so it would have been very tight to see what would have happened towards the end. But second place is brilliant from you anyway.
Yeah.
And I think David Enshu did join.
Yep.
All right, buddy. Surprise podium, I guess. I mean, I don't know if you had an issue or any damage towards the end. You seemed like you were losing a bit of time to the front four. But then they had issues themselves, and you kind of just turned up with a podium.
Well, I think I had floor damage a little bit, so yeah, I couldn't catch Mr. Rage at the end part of the race, because I did a right call with the strategy with the new mediums, because everybody's with 7 laps around there with mediums and hards, and yeah, that damage ruined my race, to be honest. With a Mercedes, I think in lap 7 he touched me and I spun. So yeah, well, unfortunately I couldn't take the P2 today, but yeah, that's still a podium. Surprising with a crazy race, so yeah, really happy.
No, it was a good race from you in the end. I mean, you even had a time penalty, I believe, near the end. So the guys around you, yeah, I mean, you had to get through a lot of guys on those fresh mediums when you did go to them. So even getting past them, it was good for you to get back into third. So congratulations on that as well.
Yeah, thank you for commentating.
That's all right, buddy. I think we'll finish there, but I think Chris is here tomorrow for comms for OTL Realistic, and I believe we are still at Saudi for a sprint and a feature there as well. And I will see you next Wednesday.